Hello everyone, this is Michadr. Welcome back to another Perisno devlog. In today's video, we'll be going over a few more things coming up in version 1.0, and this will most likely be the last devlog for Mount&Blade Warband. What happens in the future will be decided after Bannerlord is released. So if Perisno is coming to Bannerlord, you'll know soon enough. So the scheduled release date for Perisno 1.0 at this time currently is March 29. This will be this Sunday. When during the day, I'm not sure yet. I still have a few bugs to iron out and a few things to finish. Unfortunately, some bigger features that I was planning on doing won't be fixed till then, but there's a bigger reason that I want to get this released before Bannerlord. So doing some bug fixes and some minor hot fixes and stuff like that after 1.0, so stay tuned for that. There's always bugs and whatever else to pop up. So let's get into the changes for 1.0. Right, first things first, let's go through the changelog. And for the most part, this changelog won't really change that much from the official version 1.0. There's still some scenes that are being worked on, so they will probably come afterwards in a patch. And there's some few minor changes that will probably also come in a patch afterwards. So added, let's go through the added list. We got some new map icons for animals. There's some new armor, horses, and items. You'll notice that all throughout the game. You can now hire Telranian specialized troops into Galway Royal Engineer. There is a new minor faction. There's 2 more female vassals that you can marry and whatever else. And Valinez town centers and new fire weapons. So, did take a look at Telranian fire troops, but in this devlog we will take a look. For instance, the Dark Forest Inn, that is not quite complete yet, and the overarching quest line related to this Dark Forest Inn is also not finished and will most likely not be done for 1.0. Then I will be continuing to work on this quest line. All right, so we won't really be looking at the Dark Forest Inn yet in this development blog because it's really not complete and it wouldn't make any sense showing it so far. Anyway, let's go take a look at the new minor faction in 1.0. The Clamorian Conquenites currently. That is how they're going to look. They use a lot of item placers. Basically, I don't have all the armor ready for them, but if it's going to be ready for 1.0 or not, this is probably how they're going to look in 1.0. So these are related to the quest line that I wanted to do for 1.0. And just right now, after day 5, they will spawn in this area. So they'll basically be another minor faction you'll deal with or befriend. It's really up to you. And let's go through the main troop tree lines that are changed. Okay, Kingdom of Perisno, a few small changes as well. The Paladin was debuffed slightly. Currently he's set 580. Pull armed a little lower as well, so he's level 63 instead of 65. He's debuffed slightly. I got the Perisno Guardsman now with a spear and a Bastard Knight Sword. His stats were changed a little bit, and the Perisno Ruin Ranger is the same, and the Perisno Squire also gets the spear. Some different changes as well. We'll go to Telrania. Where is it? Yeah, Kingdom of Telrania. We have the Royal Insidrium. In the last devlog, it was the Petard. Basically just a simple rename. It's now the Royal Insidrium. We'll get 2 packs of Perisno Inferno arrows. These are pretty beefy arrows. Still working on the balance for those. I'll see how well they do in my tests in the following days. So these are your top royal troop line for Telrania. The knight gets a different look as well. He gets a heavier cav. Speed still very good for the Telranian knight. So the Telranians do get a slight buff in these 2 troops. And I believe the Telranian archer, no, I didn't give him, so yes. The Royal Insidrium does get the Telranian longbow, which still sits at 42 damage, 90 accuracy, and 60 speed rating. Alright, jumping into the female lords coming up in 1.0. Starting off with Geldor, we have Aurelian Chrysana. Her reputation type is going to be set at Bat-Tempered. And her renown is sitting at 1490, which is subject to change. And she is the Lady of Chrysinia, which ironically is close to her name. Interesting. So also, she starts off with a negative relationship with the player, so it'll be a little harder to marry her early on, but everyone finds their ways. So we go into Hakon Empire, and another female lord, Sadina Alexis. She has 2 villages at the start of the game, and her renown's decently low, but she's outstanding. All right, let's go to the changes for 1.0. This is also subject to change, but let's start off the Perisno troop tree. We took a look at that. The female Perisno troop tree. Actually, we did not look at that yet. Let's take a quick peek at that. Female troop tree for Perisno. We did add the Perisno Maiden Champions are now going to upgrade into the Perisno Maiden Wolf Rider and the Perisno Sunrise Dame. So basically, these just level 49. Nothing too spectacular. They should start out with the Perisno Sunfire arrows, and they should pack a decent punch. And the Perisno Sunrise Dame is a little higher level, but she does get the Dwarven Crossbow, as does her earlier predecessor, the Perisno Maiden Champion. Let's continue. The Tolranian Noble Troop Tree line, we took a look at that. Change. The Arulo Leaf Bombs are now harder to obtain. Basically, you will have to have a higher power throw to obtain the Arulo Leaf Bombs. And also change the Recruit des Drache is now infantry. Some UI and artwork has been changed. You obviously saw that in the start of the game. Got a few more coming as well. Certain major faction troops. Just here and there a few changes. We'll talk about the hot fixes for 0.99 at the end of the video. The relationship boost for rewarding a lord with a fee was almost doubled. Plus 30 for a town, plus 20 for a castle, plus 10 for a village, and also changed a 10k renown quest triggers at 3.5. That was the Grazier quest, so you can trigger it a little bit earlier since getting 10,000 renown is take a little while. So less grinding, more playing. Goes hand in hand, I suppose. Also revamped shaders and the fire arrows. No more of the old lagging fire arrows, but once again, you will have to have these fire arrows in your inventory, which are called flaming arrows, in order for the fire effect to work. We'll take a quick look at that. We'll walk around, and that is how they look. All right, and let's go on to the fixed section. Braven Village floating objects, they're fixed. Fixed stuck on right ladder at Dialect Castle. That was a bug that was reported about 50 times. The 3rd Legion fort scene was fixed. Ryer Castle siege scene was fixed. Dialect Castle siege scene was fixed. And when you did the Grazier dreaded quest, now fixed, trapped in Grazier, unable to finish all enemies. That is going to be fixed now as well. You have to kill all enemies to leave the scene, which will not be the issue now. You still have to kill them, but it'll be a lot easier. Alright, to end off this episode, I will actually be doing a fight against the Realm of the Falcon and a decent amount of troops, so hope you enjoy. Join me next time for more Perisno.